Hello, hello, and welcome everybody to episode 12 of Gamers Assemble. And tonight's episode is called On Sale with Llama. Yay!
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 So we'll talk a little bit more about what that means in a minute. But I am your host. I am in your living room. I am Llama. And then I've also got some amazing co-hosts with me tonight. We've got our very own Hirsute Techno Mage Beardy. Say hi, Beardy.
Hi, Beardy. I also have a pooch here, so I'm sat a little bit.
A hirsute with a pooch. I need to work on that one.
Yeah, he's feeling very needy this evening. I wanted a little cuddles.
Aww, what's his name?
He's called Ollie.
Ollie. Hi, Ollie.
Yeah. It's like I'm not interested in the slightest.
I know. He's like, I don't care. I don't care. And we've also got our very own Dreamboat streamer on with us today. Say hi, Seth.
Hello.
And just for added bonuses, in the chat tonight, we are, of course, live on Twitch. And if you are also watching on Twitch, in chat tonight, we have our very own bouncy, flouncy, fun Tiggs, as well as Bot, the cook who can cook anything, really. So if you're in the chat, make sure you say hi, leave any comments, tell us what you're thinking. Feel free to get involved. Housekeeping. So as always, like I said, we are on Twitch. I'm on it. I got this, guys. I got this.
Shit. Notes.
Calm down. Don't panic. I got it. So we're on Twitch. This episode will also be available on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and anywhere else amazing podcasts are available. So make sure you give us a like, a thumbs up, a heart, or a review. Just don't leave us hanging. See what I did there?
Smooth.
Jokes.
Okay, so that's all the intro stuff done. Tonight's topic then. So this is the first installment of On Sale with Llama, and tonight we will be bringing you our top picks of cool games that you may not have seen the first time around that are under 20 quid, 20 pounds, $20. Just in time for the holidays, because if, like me, global pandemic is getting a bit hot on your wallet, maybe you need to find some games that are on sale. So that's what we're doing tonight.
And for anybody that doesn't know, Llama's purchases are all based on something that's on sale. So
yes. And to be completely truthful, everything that I bought on sale wasn't always on sale. I don't think she checks whether it's on sale or not. I just tell her, but that's fine. She loves me, and as long as I don't go crazy, I'm sure it's fine. These are things that are actually under 20 quid. So, you can't say no to that. Treat yourself. You got to treat yourself. Global pandemic. Treat yourself.
Give yourself some love.
You could do that too. That's the Rumble Packs. That's where they come.
Ooh, yeah.
Okay. So tonight we have each picked 3 games that we think you might find interesting, and we're going to go through those. And if you see any or hear any that you think, oh yeah, I want to try that, or I have tried that and it's an amazing game, or I've tried that and it's shit, what are you guys talking about? Let us know in the comments, and I'm sure we'll pay attention to those. Tiggs and Bots will be on it. So, I've looked through everybody's games that they have submitted, and I like them all. And for the first time, we didn't all pick one that was the same.
Yes, that's very true.
So it's 6 new games, or 6 games that are not the same. So, yay for us. Should we do one of each, and then we'll do round robin until we've done our 3, or do we want to do all 3 at once?
Let's do round robin.
Round robin.
Round robin.
There's a song in there somewhere. Okay.
Round robin.
Not that song.
No? Wrong song?
No,
Okay.
not that song at all.
Right, okay.
Cut that out of the podcast. Somebody edit that out. Just edit all of that out. Okay, Beardy, tell us, what is your first pick for the under 20 quid category?
Well,
and what
Llama,
platform?
I will tell you what my first pick for my under 20 quid category is. So it's PS4, so I'm going to cover the PlayStation side of things. So PlayStation Shrill. I love me some PlayStation. So first up is going to be Doom Eternal. So it's currently on sale at £18.14. I do not know what that
Ooh.
converts into in dollars and yen and whatever else, what other currencies
It'd
you
be like
may.
$15,
Yeah,
but they
something
tend
like
to
that.
just change the sign on games, don't they? They're like
Yeah.
£18 or $18. I'm like, that's not how
Ta-da!
conversions work, you bastards.
I mean, it makes sense to me. So Doom Eternal is the follow-up to 2016 Sublime Doom. So the guys over at id Software came back thumping with 2016's Doom after a little bit of a misstep. And it was just blew me away. The music, the style, the fluidity of the gameplay, everything else. It's such a good game. And then they went and made another one, didn't they? And it ended up being fucking better than the first one, didn't it? Like the second one is just chef's kiss. Mwah. Bussy Tycoon says in the chat it's also available on Game Pass. It is, and that's where I played
Yes.
it. So shout out to Game Pass for that.
Everything on Game Pass is on sale.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's always on sale. So obviously Doom Guy's back, and you're fighting the forces of hell as they break free again, and he's doing his super slidey, super shotgunny. He's got a sword now, and you can hack and slash it. It's just, for anybody that loved the Doom games, Doom Eternal is just the next step up, and they just polished it off in ways that I didn't think they would be able to do, but they struck gold twice.
Pro strat with that game is make sure you have enough ammo going into the final boss fight. That is important.
Yes. Very important.
You need more than 5.
Yeah. Oh yeah. For sure. And plus, they have an expansion that's recently out as well.
Oh yes,
have
they do. Yeah.
Yeah. It's I think more added. I don't know how many hours of content, but I think it's a good amount of content added to
I
it.
am super slow, so if it's like 60 hours, like that's 175 hours for me. That's the Llama conversion.
Yeah.
Double it and
I
add
get
4.
distracted.
But yeah,
Okay, so
definitely want to keep your eyes peeled for. And it's on sale. I think the PlayStation Store's Black Friday event thing finishes tomorrow, November 30th at 11:59. So you've got some time to get in there and get yourself a little purchase. So, and the multiplayer is awesome as well. Everyone loves a multiplayer game.
yes, it is fun.
Oh.
And it's one of those games, like I'm not brilliant at shooter games and like that sort of thing. I love them. I don't let it stop me that I'm not brilliant at them. But that's one of the games where I can just run around and button mash the shit out of everything that gets in my face, and I love it. I feel like a good gamer when I'm playing that game. Love that game. Good pick.
It's a game that you're completely right. It doesn't matter how good or bad you are, like it just makes you feel like a fucking god. Like just tearing
Yeah.
the place up, smashing shit up,
Freaking-
shooting stuff, like the fucking finishes that they put into it, so that for you to get health back and stuff and ammo. It's just they've just done such a good job. Yay for ZeniMax for not messing that one up.
Yeah.
Yeah, well done, ZeniMax. Okay, Sif, what's the first one on your list?
We'll go with Disgaea 5, or we can also say the other ones. There's 4 and 3 and 1.
Sif's already bending the rules.
Yeah.
What's your
I mean,
first one?
it's-
These 12 games.
I mean, it's the same series. They're all relatively low. It's same concept in terms of idea. It's a JRPG.
Mhm.
It's on sale for I think it's on sale for $19.99.
Oh,
So, and the other
sneaking it
games
in
are
there.
1 penny cheaper. But all the other games are also roughly that price or lower. But it's a JRPG. Depending on the story, you're an overlord that you pretty much try to control like a group, a party of people, and it's turn-based. And
Oh, okay.
what makes that game really interesting is the story and the characters of how either derpy, quirky, or just ridiculous how they are, and like the finishers and abilities that some of the characters have. I think that's what makes it really interesting. And then you like go back to like a classroom. That's where you recruit a classroom to recruit people,
Oh, okay.
Like try to recruit them, and you try to get either monsters or humans. Either monsters or humans, and the monsters can turn as weapons for the humans. If that makes sense.
Oh, okay.
Like
Well, I
each
mean,
monster.
I'm picturing somebody that's like, "Hey, I'm a gun," and the other guy sticking their hand like right up Main Street and being like, "Pew pew pew." Is
Not
that
like that.
that's
God, no.
where my imagination went?
Child. Anyways. Anyways.
So that's a no.
Use me as a
Okay.
gun puppet.
I mean, that's pretty
I'll
much
be
what
your
you
gun.
do. It becomes stronger. It makes the human character stronger, and you can each monster has their own weapon, and that's the weapon they're gonna be no matter what.
Okay.
So either a
So
gun, a
what's the
spear.
story? Like, are you rescuing a princess? Are you trying to like save the world?
Well, for 5, you're like there's these derpy penguins called prinnies, so you're kind of like
This game is getting crazier and crazier as we go. It also has penguins. I am
yeah.
in.
Well, they're like I don't. They're enslaved. They're like workers, I guess.
Are
you
they
could
also
say.
weapons? Do I turn them into
You
guns?
can turn them into weapons. Yeah, they turn into weapons as well.
Oh
The
my
penguins.
god.
It's really. I don't know. It's really fun and derpy. I love it.
I might have
what
to
makes-
try it out now.
I'm sorry, but I just remembered, like, as a kid, this is a very British thing, but one of my friend's mums had penguin oven gloves.
Okay.
Yes.
Like, and it was such a big thing in, like, 90s Britain for your parents to have, like, animal-shaped oven gloves, and now all I can think about is, like, a penguin-shaped oven glove, like, shooting lasers out of its mouth or something, like, oh dear. Love you,
Yeah,
I'm
that's
into
It's so derpy, and it's the characters, really. The characters and the weird storyline. That's what makes that game really interesting, even though it's like your typical JRPG turn-based game.
Are you tasked with saving the Derby Penguins?
I'm sorry, but no.
Oh,
People hate them. People hate them. They don't
People
like
do
hate
I
the
have to
penguins.
kill them?
they mistreat them. Yeah,
Oh.
that's pretty much it. Which is so sad because they're so cute and derpy.
I feel like
I don't know if I can do that.
Dyscarius
I mean, in
6
Bioshock, I
is
could
like,
smack them girls, but
Yeah.
I don't know if I could smack a penguin.
I feel like in Dyscarius 6 is going to be like the like revolt of the Derpy Penguins when that game
It's
comes
cute,
It's
out.
like an army of them.
Like
Stay out
It
of
is
our
an army
butt.
of them. It is an army of them. It's like a shit ton of them. Like I can't.
What do you call an army of penguins? Are they a
Prinnies.
flock? I guess
They're
they'd be a flock.
Or well, I don't know. In the game they call them prinnies. Like just the
I
whole
like
group.
prinnies. That's cool. We can
Prinnies.
go with that.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know how I'm going to follow that up, Sif, because that sounded pretty awesome.
Mm.
Well.
So
Well, go on then.
I was trying to think how I can seg into this. Carrying on from the mid '90s vibe that Beardy was on about. That's all I got. So my first pick is a game. Beardy, you mentioned it last week, and it reminded me how much I fucking love this game. So I went and downloaded it again and played it again. It's a short game. It's Gone Home. And it's currently on Xbox for, I think it's $11.99, but it's also part of Game Pass, I think, so you can just download it. It's all for free then. Don't tell my wife Game Pass isn't free. She doesn't know that. Shh. So the developer for that is a place called Fulbright. Game was originally released in 2013. So the basic, I'll tell you the basic story of the game and then why I fucking love this game. So the basic story is you play as Kate. You've been away in Europe for a year, which sounds super windswept and interesting. I don't know where she was. But you come back home to your sort of rural Oregon house to visit your parents and your sister. And you get there and like the rain is going and the thunderstorm's going outside. And there's a note on the door that sounds kind of ominous that basically says, don't come after me. And then you walk in and like it's just empty. There's no people. There's stuff in moving boxes still. Because I think your parents moved to this house where you were out in Europe being windswept and interesting. And you then have to sort of go through the house and try and figure out what happened. Now, one of the best parts for me is that the game is set in 1995, right? So picture 1995, little 15-year-old me with my like angry riot girl music and zines and everything. And all of that is in this game, right? So you can buy the game. You can also pay a little bit extra. It takes you over the 20 quid mark, and buy the game with the music. So all of the music that's featured in it. So things like Heavens to Betsy, Bratmobile. I think there's some Bikini Kill in there. And these were all like some of my favorite like girl punk rock bands back in the mid 90s. So I loved this game. And as you're walking around, there's like VHS tapes of movies that came out like the year before, stickers and notebooks and like Trapper Keepers and just everything I remember from being a 15-year-old is sort of scattered around in this game and in such a cool way that you feel like you're back in that time period. It really brings you in. It's a point and click adventure, so you're sort of walking around, clicking on things, reading them. The whole point of the game is the clues that you read and the things that you listen to, the tapes and everything. And you have to unravel the story of where your parents have gone and why your sister has also gone. And slight spoiler, but I think it's important. There's a really, really well done LGBT theme that sort of comes out through the story. And I didn't expect it the first time, so I'm sorry if I've spoiled that for you. But when I first went in, I thought like every point and click game, it would be like, well, not like everyone, but it would be like, aliens did it, or there was a cult that lives in the cave in the back garden, or like something, weird. It's not like that. It's a story. It's a story about family and love and acceptance and finding that within those confines of those relationships. And it was unexpected, and I loved it. And I highly recommend it. It's a short game, probably 4 or 5 hours, which in non-Llama terms is probably like a 2-hour game. I don't know. But it's a good game, and I highly recommend it if anybody is into that sort of thing. It's a great way to while away a weekend, absolutely.
It does such a good job of subverting your expectation as well, because you go in there thinking it's going to be this weird, creepy, like almost horror-esque thing, like trying to figure out where they've disappeared to, and there's like things throughout the house that kind of hint towards this more paranormal like influences to what's happened to them and why they've disappeared, and then you get to the end and it all just kind of clicks into place, and it's like, oh my god, like I got the game with PlayStation Plus. I think it was on there a few years ago. And it literally blew me away because I did, like you said, you weren't expecting it. It's such a well put together game, and Tiggs is going off in the chat saying he's not into point and click games, and I'm not a massive fan of point and click games, but there was just something about this that drew me in, thinking it was this creepy like haunted mansion thing, and then just being blown away by what they actually did with the story in the end.
It is, and actually, I know Tiggs does, if he's not into point and click games, fine, but I know he loves games with like really good like sort of mental part that gets you in the feels. And actually, I think this would be right up his alley.
Oh yeah.
Play it, Tiggs, play it.
You shit. You little shit,
it's
play
on
it.
sale. There's no excuse. Do it. Do it. Yeah, so that's my first pick. And I think actually that's a really good first round. We've got a good spread of games in there. Even though Sif managed to get 15 in his first round. But in true British style, I'm going to award points randomly for no apparent reason.
Okay.
And I am going to give the first point to Beardy. Sif, you get -1 for cheating.
How dare you? How dare you?
My first game was game 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and here's how they all relate. That's cheating.
It's the same. It's the same. You can start anywhere.
What is the prize for the most points at the end?
You get to finish out the episode with your interpretive dance routine.
Yes.
I thought you'd like that.
I'm going for the win.
All right, Beardy, you get to top off the win of that round with going first again then. So
Oh,
what
why,
is
lovely.
your second game?
Okay, so this is kind of like a bit of a cheat as well, but it's not. Because, like...
I'm going to take all your points away.
Yeah, please don't. So my second pick is the on the PlayStation Store. Hang on, I'm just going to get the correct name. So it's the Devil May Cry HD Collection plus 4 SE bundle. And it comes in at $19.99. And it includes a HD remaster of Devil May Cry 1, 2, and 3, as well as Devil May Cry 4, the special edition. So you're getting 4 games for 20 quid.
I'll allow it.
That's pretty good. Like, that's pretty good bang for buck. That's £5 a game.
Yeah.
And Devil May Cry is just one of those games that it's like, it's Capcom, same people that make Resident Evil. These games are going to just keep coming out and coming out and coming out. And they went through a similar thing. So 5's just come out. It's been absolutely amazing. But these original games are just so much fun. Like hack and slash. It is like, I always think of it as like the emo version of God of War. Like, because
I mean, accurate.
Yeah, because like God of War is like angry rock man, like just like smashing shit up, whereas like Devil May Cry was always like emo kid, like listening to The Used, and he's got like Panic at the Disco on in the
Flicking his
background,
hair out of his eyes.
yeah, and going up against the forces of hell. So you play Dante
As you
in the
do.
majority of them, and you just hack and slash your way through hell, just trying to get to the bottom of all the mysteries of Devil May Cry. I'm not going to go too much into all of the ins and outs of all 4 game stories, but pretty much you just need to play them. If you've not played them before, great games.
I like that.
I
I
agree.
think I might have played the first one of these. What was it on? Has it always been on PlayStation, or has it been on other platforms?
So I think it started out as a PlayStation exclusive, but I think when we got to 360, PS3 era, it might have gone on to multi-platform. I know they're also available on Switch as well.
Yes,
But I remember
Yeah.
the first and second one were definitely just on PlayStation 2.
Yeah, I had a PlayStation 2, so that might be where I played it. But I'm sure I've played the first one, and I
Yeah.
actually quite enjoyed it, despite my whole problem with the genre in general, which I don't know what it is. I just sometimes don't like it.
Yeah.
I have no idea why.
They're such good fun, and it's mindless, kind of just going through, slashing shit up, just trying to pull off the coolest moves and combos and everything else. Like there is story there, but it's not like the heart and soul of the game. It is just the fun combat, and there is a great soundtrack and stuff in there as well. Like, yeah, definitely. If you've not played them before, go and do it, and then maybe by after Christmas, Devil May Cry 5 might be in the January sales, so then you can do that one.
Soundtracks are important in games, though, aren't they? Like, do you remember when games first came out and the soundtrack was like some little 8-bit ditty going in the background?
Yeah.
And now, like, I've bought the Skyrim soundtrack. Like, I buy game soundtracks now because they are amazing pieces of art.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
I
yeah.
love it. Oh, I love it.
For me, I think it was the Halo theme that really kind of
Yes.
like just kicked off like how cinematic a score could be in a game. Like, and then everything after that was just orchestras and everything else like just thrown into their games to make these amazing soundtracks.
Yeah, and they're part of the whole thing now, aren't they? Like they build the atmosphere, and there's always like when the boss fight music comes and you're walking through the woods and you're like, shit, what's happening? Where is it coming from? Like even in new games, that doesn't always, especially really well done games, the sort of transition into like the walking through the forest and looking at shit music into the you're in danger girl music. Like it's so smooth the way they just do it. Like it just technically, I think it's amazing how they can switch between them. I'm going off on a tangent, but I think I love video game music.
Complete sidetrack here, and I'm gonna just TT you over the edge with that. I think with the new systems as well, the Series X and S and the PlayStation 5 with the Dolby Atmos and the 3D sound with the Tempest engine, so fucking good. Like so good. I can't wait to see more games using that.
Oh, I need them to be on sale soon. I said, oh, the new Xbox, it's coming out. They're hard to get at the minute, but maybe after Christmas I'll have a look. She said, you just got a new Xbox this year. I said, yeah, but it's the new old Xbox. The new Xbox. So we're working on it.
Yeah.
It's a work in progress.
It's a work in progress.
Right.
Oh, okay. So back on track. Sif, get us back on track. What's your number 2?
Okay, my number 2, it's a roguelike type of game. It's called Darkest Dungeon. It's
Okay.
for $10 on the Nintendo app, or even all the other stores. It's probably going to be dirt cheap. But it's pretty much you and a group of party members trying to get through different sections of a dungeon. It's really hard. It's a really hard game. It gets harder and harder. Yeah,
it starts hard and gets harder.
Yeah. Well, at first
joke.
it's not too bad, but then it gets harder later on because then you unlock more stuff.
I mean, I
for
really
your party.
feel like Sif's level of hardness needs to be brought with a disclaimer that this is the guy that fucking plays Souls games like religiously, all the Souls games, beaten all the Souls games, replays all the fucking Souls games, and thinks that, like, when I asked him like how difficult Demon Souls were, he's like, no, it's it's difficult, but and like if I play it, I know I'm going to be crying, like. But just complete side tangent. So I set myself this challenge.
If Sif says it's hard, this is for super hardcore people who like being punished a lot.
Yeah.
Yes.
So on a complete sidetrack, like I'd said last week that I was going to make myself complete a Dark Souls game before I get Demon Souls, because like if I can complete one, then I'll be able to do it. So I did some research. I was like, okay, Google, tell me which is the easiest Dark Souls game, and they said it was 3. Like
2.
Forms and forms of people saying it's 3 and saying that 2 is the hardest.
No, they're lying. They're lying to you.
They're scaring the noobs off. That's what they're doing.
Yeah. And I played.
So how'd you get on?
And I played 3 before, and it's fucking hard. So if that ends up being the fucking easiest one, then I don't think I'm going to do this. Yeah. Okay, I'll try 2 again then.
Okay, so back to your game, Sif. Sorry, we took that off on a way weirder direction.
It's just a dungeon crawler, pretty much. What I like about it is the fact that you can like change different party members, have like I suppose different classes and stuff, and the difficulty of it. That's what I like about it. Even though
so is this a turn-based one as well?
Yes, it's turn-based as well. And then it's like the more insane you get, I think the harder it is for you, because your characters can get scared and stuff. Like, oh, they see a monster, that character's scared of it, they're not going to attack.
Oh.
So you're kind of like screwed from that action.
That's a whole mechanic I didn't expect.
I mean, do you give them like a little cuddly toy to make them not scared? Like, how do you get them out of that?
The dungeon.
Or
as far as I remember, escape the dungeon, or because you have to like put them in a church or put them at a tavern so they can relax and rest up and use. I
need to go to the pub, guys.
Yeah, I know exactly how that game feels.
Yeah. They're gonna need it more than likely. Each dungeon. But yeah, that's basically the premise of it. It's $10. Pretty fun for people who enjoy those type of games. I'd recommend it. It's fun. Yeah.
Oh, I like it. Okay, so that was some interesting mechanics that I wasn't expecting.
Is it
the only game that I've seen where like your characters run away when they're scared is Naughty Bear, which I love, as we all know. So that, I mean, if you didn't preface it with this game's real hard, I probably would have been like, yeah, I'm gonna try that, but I might just watch you stream it or something. I might not.
That's fair.
So are the dungeons procedurally generated, or is it like a set like?
Oh, it's
dungeon
random.
It's random. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And do they get more scared the further you get into the dungeon, or?
Depends. Like,
I think I'd get more scared the more I went into a dungeon, which filled with fucking horrible creatures.
The more you go into it, the longer they get. So
Right,
it'll be harder for them to react to the attacking or defending or anything really. You're not
Can
gonna
you
do
just get them drunk before they go in, so they're just like chill
I
throughout
think
the
that
whole
is an
thing?
option. I think that is an option.
Yes.
That I think if they get drunk, then they're gonna do whatever they want.
Alright.
So
I
they
love
might
it.
like attack or defend. I'm pretty sure, but I'm not 100% sure. But I think they can.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I want to watch someone play this game. I'm not going to play it myself because that sounds way over my head. But I want to watch someone play that one. It sounds fun.
Fair enough.
Okay, cool. So the second game that I picked, so I've tried to sort of split it across different things that people might like. And the second game I picked is one that I played. I got a bit obsessed with it. I have a very obsessive attention span. And for about a year and a half, I played this game like every day, and then lost a bit of interest in it. And it is Elder Scrolls Online. So that is another ZeniMax Bethesda Studios one. They actually did it well, so I don't know what happened to Fallout 76. Don't fucking get me started on it. But Elder Scrolls Online, that came out in 2014. And the base game, I've seen it on the Xbox store for about £8 at the minute, so $8, I guess. And it's got loads of really good expansions as well. They quite regularly come out with new expansions that expand the already massive map, and add new quest lines and characters and things like that. And if you are a fan of any of the Elder Scrolls games, like Morrowind, Oblivion, Skyrim, any of those games, this is all of them, but online. And you make your own character and you travel around Somerset Isles and Tamriel and sort of go on these different adventures. And one of the things that I really like about it is that they do it as massive regional servers. So they have like a North American server and a European server. And I think those are the only two servers. So I guess, sorry, Asia, you're not allowed to play.
No.
It seems a bit like Western dominated,
Yeah.
but maybe there's other, if you log in another region, you get servers. Maybe it's just because I'm logging in here. But they're massive servers, so everybody's sort of on the same server. So there's always people running around. There's always stuff. You can go to the PvP parts of the map in PvP if you want to, or you can just play on your own and play it like you would any other Elder Scrolls game. Or you can team up with people. They've got a really good guild mechanic, so you can have like a team of people. You have a guild headquarters, and you can trade stuff. And I got so into this game. In fact, I got so excited thinking about it, prepping for this episode, that I downloaded it again. So I'm gonna start playing it. So you might see me in a few months. I don't know.
Is it crossplay?
Is it crossplay? I don't think it is.
Oh, okay.
I might have just made that up. Beardy, is it crossplay?
Let me just see if I can get a Google up.
I've only played up to the tutorial. That's as far as I got. And then after that, I did.
So, are we talking cross-save or cross-platform?
Crossplay.
Yeah, cross-platform.
No. No.
Boo! All games need to be cross-platform.
Yeah, I mean,
will.
I think it's probably because it's such an old engine and old codes and everything else. Like, it's probably a lot more work to switch on a multi-server than it is newer games.
Yeah, with the exception of, like, games should be cross-play, with the exception of PC games. PC gamers should not be allowed to play console games. Not like ever, just not cross-play with us, because the controls are so much better on PC that you just make us all look like trash on console, so don't play with us.
Yeah. And I'm not plugging a keyboard and mouse into my PlayStation.
No, how's that going to fit on my lap on the sofa? No, so I'm sorry, PC players, you just are not allowed to play because you make us look like trash.
Tig says in the chat he had himself an Elder Scrolls Online daddy.
So
who used to buy him shiny armor.
It's funny he says that, actually. I know I was in a guild called the Shield Maidens, so it was a LGBT friendly all ladies guild, and loved it. You know, that everybody was super nice, and if you needed help with the quest, like the boss was a bit too hard to take on your own, someone would always jump on and help you. But like there were people that had like met their significant other in the game, and they'd get
Aw.
married in real life, but then they'd have these elaborate ceremonies on on in-game and locations, and everybody would come and like, well, it was so cool.
Cute.
Absolutely loved that.
I love stuff
You
like
know
that.
that these games can bring communities together. And maybe now in a time of fucking COVID, that's what we need. We need more spaces that we can do stuff like that. So I might find it even more fun now that I'm locked inside my house. Or so tired of lockdown. Ugh.
Yeah.
I'm doing it. I'm staying in lockdown because I'm a responsible human being, but I'm bored of it.
Period.
Just like that noted. Someone
Yeah.
take a note. Yeah, so £8 for the game. All the expansions that come out are really reasonably priced. I think when they first come out, they're probably like £20, something like that. And right now you can get them for like another $5 on the 8 you spent. So highly recommend. Loads of different areas. You're hardly. I don't think you're going to get bored. There's always something to do in there.
Mhm.
There's a lot, yeah.
And there's a new expansion just coming out as well, isn't there? Or just come out?
I think it's just dropped, called Greymore.
Yeah.
Yes.
Greymore. So I haven't played that one yet because I just got permission to get the expansion for Destiny 2 Beyond Light. So I gotta give a little time before I ask for the expansion for another
True,
game because my
true.
wife will be like, "I thought you were playing the other game." So
Yeah.
I've got to space my requests. But yeah, I think I'll try and get that one too.
Yeah. I do like me a good old online game like that. I used to be really into the Old Republic. Obviously, as a huge
Yeah.
Star Wars nerd, I used to fucking love that, and also Star Trek Online. And then they both just didn't do very well commercially, so went free to play, and now I just don't bother with them.
Star Trek Online, the older game, where you go to the academy first and then you pick your ship.
Mm-hmm.
So I played that a couple weeks ago, and I just flung my ship around space in combat. Basically, that's what happened. But I loved that my character. So I tried to make my character look like my wife, so I could be like, "Look, babe, you're on TV. Isn't this fun? Ha, ha. Can I buy something?" But I don't know, like if they know my wife. But every time my character was in like a scene or in the background, she's like this. Tony's like, "Why am I always angry?" I was like, "I don't know why."
You tell me.
My character had the most attitude in that game. In fact, that was the only reason I kept playing it after the first combat sequence, because I was like, "This is trash. I'm gonna break it."
Yeah.
And then it's like, "Fly your ship around," and my ship's just going. Whee!
They just added like
everywhere.
a discovery thing in there as well, haven't they?
Mhm.
So I mean, I played that for a little bit. I might go play it again, to be honest with you. I do like it.
Yeah, I mean the graphics were a bit old. Like they could do with an update.
I mean, they had an update like maybe 2 years ago.
Did they?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's this big thing.
Maybe
where,
I'm playing a different game.
Hey, we're going all HD now, guys, and then I like logged in and was like, oh, okay, the textures are slightly improved. Well done.
Maybe the one that I downloaded, it was on Game Pass. Maybe the one I downloaded wasn't the HD one because it was not HD.
No.
But it kept me entertained for a night, so I'm all right with it.
Yeah.
Okay, so on that round, I'm gonna give that one to Sif. I think his game sounded cool, even though I'm never going to play it.
Oh, yeah.
So Sif, you're back to 0.
It was
Okay,
that's
fine.
the getting drunk thing. That sold us.
Yeah.
That sold it. If
Get
I
them
can just stay in the pub while everybody else goes on dungeon crawls, I think in real life that would be how I would dungeon mechanic my
Yeah.
life. Okay, so final round then. Beardy, you're still in the lead with your massive 1 point.
Oh yeah, that's what
Well
he
done,
said.
you. Sorry. Okay, so kick us off again, Beardy. What's your final game recommendation
Okay.
for under £20?
So I'm gonna sneak in like an honorable mention here. I did warn us about this in the chat earlier. So It's £21.69, so it's £1.69 over the 20 quid limit.
Where did they come up with that specific number? It's a quite specific number, isn't it?
I don't know. It's maths, dear. Maths, percentages, fractions, takings and subtractions and stuff.
I think I just wanted to write 69 on
Yeah,
something.
probably.
That's how I do.
Yeah, that's how I do maths as well. Does it look like it needs a 69? Yes. Okay, that's how much it'll be.
Add it.
So it's Star Wars Squadrons. So really cool cockpit flying sim for Star Wars. Definitely need to go and play it out. There's some really cool stuff. They just added some Mandalorian things, so you can basically dress your cockpit with like the Baby Yoda or Grogu, as he's now known. And other little bits and bobs. I'm not going to spend too much time on it because it doesn't technically fall into the 20 quid category, but it's such a good game and everyone should go check it out. The guys there did a really good job with it. But my final actual under £20 pick is Resident Evil 2.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Get the spooks on. So it's £13.99 currently. And it's the remake that they released 2018, I think it was. Yeah, time is a flat circle. 2018, they did it. Like,
Ain't it though?
Oh yes, and it is such a good game. Like they did such a good job remastering it, retuning it into like a bit more of a modern day story and other bits and bobs. Like it's so good. And Mr. X is fucking terrifying. Like he stalks you through what, maybe 60% of the game. Like just drops out of nowhere, and you there's nothing you can do. You can't kill him or anything. You can stun him and try and get away, but in terms of winning against him, that's not going to happen. You get 2 games technically, so you've got Claire's story and you've got Leon's story, and then you can play each of the stories in the A-B scenario. It's not quite the same as the 1998 release, but still, really good. And they did loads of little lone survivor stuff, so there's like 4 or 5 expansions afterwards, which is like short time trial stuff of you playing as a character trying to get from A to B. So lots and lots of gameplay there, but it's such a good game. It's so fucking scary and just takes me all the way back to the proper Resident Evil, when it was Resident Evil. I'm a purist. 1, 2 and 3 are my jam. I think after 4 it went downhill till 7, but I'm
Which one's 7? Is that the Biohazard one?
That's the Biohazard one. That's the first person, VR creepy creeps.
No. That woman kept jumping in my face, vomiting on me. No, I turned it off.
But yeah, if you've not played the remake of Resident Evil 2, definitely go for it, because it's just one of the best remakes I've ever played.
So Resident Evil 2... is that the one where in the beginning you're walking down the hallway and then the liquor jumps out and scares the shit out of you?
That's the one, yeah.
Yeah.
I think I've actually peed myself playing that game. Like not recently. Like it was like 2 weeks ago, not like recently. I think when I first played that game, that bit right there mentally scarred me.
Yeah.
That liquor scared me. And then once I knew it was there, every time I would play through it again, I would just be like wincing. I hated it. I hated that bit.
They did such a good job with that. So like the liquor scene doesn't happen in the same place anymore. So like you get to that same corridor and like you're like, oh my god, it's gonna happen, and then it doesn't. And then like you go to another thing and then a liquor runs across a window and you're like, oh my god, it's gonna happen now, and then it doesn't. And then like when it finally does happen, you're like, fuck, god damn it. Like, I was not ready for that.
Resident Evil edging us.
Yeah, literally. Resident Evil edging. With their liquor
God
content.
damn it, Resident Evil.
So good. Such a good game.
I'm going to have to play that one again, I think. I don't think I've played the remaster.
I considered putting it on my platinum list to maybe try and get it platinumed, but one of the trophies is like a 3-hour speed run, and I'm just like, no, I can't do that. I'm too busy hiding in the corridors and shit. Like,
yeah, that doesn't leave any time for hiding and quivering anywhere.
No.
But that's a no from me.
Bussy Tycoon says in the chat you can get Resident Evil 2 and 3 remakes together for £26 on Xbox right now. Yes,
Ooh.
they do the Raccoon City collection, but I didn't mention it because it did break the £20 mark. So Resident Evil 3 is also on sale at about £13 or £14, and then you can get both of them together for like 25 or something. So yeah,
I'll allow it.
yeah.
I do love the
I
Resident
mean,
Evil games.
I feel like I should have a point taken away from me, seeing as though I did just cram like
17 things in there. Yeah.
3 games.
Like we had an
in
honorable
one slot.
mention that didn't meet it. Then we had the 2 games that were remasters, and then
Yeah.
No, I'll let you have it. I'll let you have
Okay.
it. Because my third one, I'm gonna need some special dispensation for.
Okay. See what she's been doing this with the points all night, Sif. So she's been like trying to sow the seeds that this is all fair and like a little game and stuff. And now she's gonna pull the rug from under us.
No, this is totally arbitrary numbering. Don't worry, nothing is fair. Set your expectations low.
Yeah. At the end of this, she's going to be like, at the end of this round, I've decided that I'm going to give myself 3 points.
Yeah, I declare
I
Pennsylvania.
win.
I win. Damn it. Okay, so Resident Evil childhood trauma. Thank you for bringing that back up.
You're welcome.
Sif, what are you going to save us with for your third pick?
It's going to be a Studio Ghibli game, sort of.
Okay.
It's Ni no Kuni, Wrath of the White Witch. It's $15 on the Nintendo eShop.
Ooh.
It's a JRPG as well. And what makes that game really interesting is the game mechanics. I like the kind of like Pokemon trainer sort of thing, where you like summon your minions to fight for you. And like I would say like
It's a Freudian thing.
yeah. A 3D it's a I guess what would you call it, 3D battle arena where you can like move at all angles, and you're like in this circular arena trying to kill whatever monster or enemy that you have. The story is so cute, and it's so endearing. It made me cry. The story, it's so cute. I just loved it.
Is it
then
hard?
You have this, no.
Okay, good.
It's not hard.
Are you sure?
It's not hard.
It's probably medium difficulty for the rest of us.
It's a JRPG.
Yeah.
It's not hard. Unless you want to play it on hard, then by all means. But but no, it's a cute game, Studio Ghibli art style. For the most part, it's the game mechanics and the story. It's cheap. It's like $15. Then you have this one companion with like, what was his name? Drippy, I think his name was Drippy. He has like I think Scottish accent.
Was he a penguin?
He's like, no, he's like I don't
You
know.
have a hand
Like,
up
I don't
his
even know
bum
what he
for the
is.
trigger.
I'm not sure what he is, but he has like drip, like like snot. I guess like it's not really snot, but I don't know.
It
a bit
sounds
weird.
terrible.
It's a creature. I don't even know. It's like it's your companion throughout the whole game. He's
not my companion if he's dripping shit out his face.
But
somebody get him a tissue.
You need a scarf.
Yeah, you have that companion. Then you have like 2 other human party members that join you as well. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Really, it's if you love Studio Ghibli films, any of the movies, I recommend that game. You're gonna love it, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, so what's the story on that one? Is it saving the universe or like finding your soul, saving your mom?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I guess if you like your mom, that's useful. You should save her.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, because I don't know, just weird events happen. I don't want to say too much about the story.
Okay.
Because it's better to experience it. But there's like weird events happening in the real world versus the imaginary world, I guess you could say.
Okay.
because there's two worlds, and whatever events happen in the imaginary world, it affects the real world.
Okay.
Intriguing. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds exciting, and I'm sure that'll be right up some people's streets. Not mine, unfortunately. As we know, I have a weird hate for JRPGs, and I don't
Yes.
understand because they sound amazing. I just don't. I just can't get into them. I think
They're
it's an
very long.
addiction. It's probably
Very
a pill
long
for it or something. Yeah, and if that's super long, like in Llama time, that's going to be like 8 years of my life trying to get through one of these games. I don't have that time.
She got griefing
That's
to
my
do.
excuse. I've got griefing to do.
She can't grief.
Yeah.
She can't grief on a 270-hour game.
Right? If there's no griefing there, that's too much non-griefing. Okay, so for my third one, I thought I'd go for one that's a bit shooty because I haven't gone for any first-person shooters yet, and I don't think actually we've talked a lot about first-person shooters so far. So those sort of run around and just shoot everything. Oh, Doom, we did
I was
Doom.
going to
That's
say,
right.
I mean, the Doom
Yeah.
Eternal.
Yeah, Doom. Sorry. So my final.
Didn't say Doom.
Oh, Ollie. Sorry, Ollie.
Doom. What's your favorite game? He's very upset.
He's very upset. Sorry, Ollie. My apologies. Apology, Ollie.
Yeah. He's giving you shit, Tyler.
Right, so my third and final option for how to treat yourself in 2020 is the Master Chief Collection from Microsoft Studios. So this has been released quite a few times, and there's even one coming out for the next gen consoles, which is not 20 quid. So I am advocating I'm advocating the one before that on the old ass consoles that I got. So the Xbox One X, that is so it came out in 2014, released again in 2019 and 2020. And I mean, it's Halo, right? Like this was the flagship of Microsoft console when it came out. And it's one of those games that I've played sort of from the beginning. So when Xbox 360 came out, and you were playing the Spartan, and you had Cortana, and she lived in your head, and your little how you pull her out of your head and put her on your shoulder. Like I loved Cortana. The fact that Cortana didn't win the sort of AI personal assistant wars, and we've ended up with like Google Home, and I won't say her name because she's always fucking listening, but my Amazon one. She's always listening. Yeah. But the fact that the Cortana didn't take off, because that would have been the perfect tie-in, but probably only for nerdy gamers, I guess. But I digress. So if you haven't played any of the Halo games and you've been living under a rock, or if you don't have an Xbox, because they are Xbox exclusives, you play Master Chief, who is a Spartan sort of super warrior, and his job throughout all of these different stories is to go and stop the aliens who want to use the giant halo thing that destroys the universe. There's one of the aliens called Flood.
Somebody's just put in chat, Alexa, play Despacito.
Shut up. Don't you make her talk to me. I don't want to talk to her. But yeah, so that game, there was, I think it was 3 or 4 where the Flood come at you, and they're like these little balls of alien, and they like just fly, the balls flying at your face at speed in the dark, and I hate them.
I mean, it sounds like a good weekend to me, but, you know.
Right, but, you know, as a lesbian, not my bag.
True.
I hate the Flood. It makes me all sweaty just thinking about the Flood. Whenever the Flood level comes up, I make my friend play it because I'm just not doing it. So the Master Chief Collection is the whole story, all of them bundled together. They've had a bit of a tweak, so some of the older ones have been brought a bit up in terms of textures and colors and lighting and things like that. And highly recommended. The storyline in that is actually really good, which you kind of think for like a corporate sort of first venture into gaming, it might be a bit shit. But actually, I love the story. I love the story in Halo, and there's been lots of spin-offs and lots of different things that have happened with the franchise, but the games are really good. Definitely worth it. If you haven't played it, or if you just want to get back into it, the whole bundle is, I think, £20 on the dot. But the Xbox store are having their Black Friday event, so prices are changing constantly, so you might be able to get it for slightly cheaper. And that is my final game.
I love the Master Chief Collection because I had an original fat Xbox.
Yeah.
And played Halo 1 and 2 on there, I think it was.
I think so.
Yeah, but I missed out on 3 because that came out on 360. I never had a 360, so from 2 onwards, I've not played Halo until I got my Xbox One S 2 years ago. And this year I've been playing through some of the games that I missed in the Master Chief Collection, thanks to Game Pass. And Tiggs has just put in there Reach and ODST. I bloody loved Reach. Reach was so fucking good. So I still need to do ODST 3, normal 3, 4 and 5. They're the ones I'm yet to do.
And of course, Halo's got the couch co-op as well, so you can play against your friends on the maps. You can play online. There's a bit of PvP in there. And honestly, some of the best nights I remember with my mates were back before online gaming was a super big thing, and we'd bring like an extra TV over in our Xboxes, and we'd hook them all up, and we'd play the different maps on Halo, and just beat the shit out of each other, and loved it. Absolutely loved it. So yeah, there's a lot of good memories in that game, and definitely worth replaying.
I also love in the first Halo on the Master Chief Collection, you can play it and it's all beautiful, all singing, all dancing, new graphics. But if you hit a button, it flips to the original Xbox graphics, and I love that. Like,
I have literally stood in like a hallway and gone like, look, camera 1, camera 2, camera 1, camera 2.
Because it literally it's fascinating, because when I first picked it up, I was like, I don't really remember the graphics looking that different. Like, and then I pressed the button, I was like, oh shit. It was like one of those things. It's like your memory like just fills in the blanks for how good a game looked back then, like, and your imagination and stuff. But like actually seeing it then and like flipping between the two, it's so good.
I think it was really smart of them to put that button in, because like you, when I played it, I was like, this doesn't look that different. Like what have they done? And I think a lot of people would have been like, fuck you, you haven't done anything. You just re-released it. You're grabbing money. I hate you. And then they put the button in, and we go, oh.
And fun fact, they're doing the same thing for Halo Infinite, aren't they? Like,
are they?
No, it was just a dig at the
graphics.
It was just a dig at the graphics, and they released Infinite.
Oh, they've pushed that back, haven't they?
Yeah.
No,
I think Infinite will be good fun. And
I mean, it's got to be fun.
Won't it be under the smart delivery thing? So if you buy like the cheaper Master Chief Collection now, and they do get the Series X and S upgrades ready, you should be able to just get that free of charge anyway.
Ooh, I think so.
So yeah, if you don't have Game Pass,
get it now while it's cheap.
Get it now while it's cheap, and you'll get those sweet ray tracy 4K graphic-y upgrades when they hit the store later. I think it's like December the 10th or something. They're launching it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I must admit, I didn't look into that part of it, because I know I'm not Xbox One X. Even I'm getting confused with the name. Like, what have I got now? An Xbox One
X.
Yes, I've got an Xbox One X. And then the new ones are the Xbox Series X.
Yes.
Jesus Christ. Just number them. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
Just fucking number them. That's all I want.
It makes more sense with the numbers.
Give them names like Fred, Ollie, Simon. I don't care. Just put them in order. Like the next one's gonna have an extra X on it, and I'm just gonna be completely lost.
That's too much.
Yeah.
It's like triple X 361S Series 4. I love y'all, but stop it. I can't.
Would it be fucking hilarious though if the next time round they were just like, this is the Xbox 4. Like, I
no.
guess they've done like the original 360 Series X. Oh no, it'd be 5, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if they're just like,
I don't know.
Just skip. Just be
Yeah.
like Xbox 11,
Yeah.
right? That would piss off everybody.
Well,
'cause
like-
they'd be like, we're only on 5.
like when
Like, I don't care. Xbox 11, go.
what they did with when they did the iPhones, it was like iPhone 7, and all of a sudden it was the iPhone 10. When it was like the iPhone X, they just missed like just 3 numbers. I mean, they did bring out an iPhone 8, but like still, there was no 9.
No,
No.
no.
Yeah.
And that's what numbers are arbitrary. Just make them make sense.
Mhm.
Just make them make sense for me, Xbox, please. I'm old. I cannot deal with it. Okay. I think that was a good series. I think
Yeah.
we got a lot of good games.
Yeah.
In terms of points, so Beardy, I think you got the point on that one.
Oh, okay.
However,
even though I cheated.
even though you cheated. But that's fine because as an American, I have the innate constitutional right to just declare myself winner of anything.
Okay.
Therefore, I win.
You won the
2020.
election.
I won everything. Pennsylvania, Arizona, Hawaii.
Japan, New
Japan
Zealand.
voted for me. Everyone voted for me. All the legal votes. Okay, no, we're not going to go down that road.
Okay.
This is not that podcast.
No.
This is not that podcast.
Period.
So hopefully, listeners and watchers, you found a hidden gem or two that you might want to treat yourself with. And if you did, be sure to let us know in the comments or at us on any of our social media platforms. We're on pretty much everything at Gaymers Assemble, GAYMERS, because we're super duper gay. Make sure you get that right. Also, if you got any topic suggestions, questions, or dank memes, I need some memes. Send us some memes. I love me gamer memes. Also, on housekeeping, so coming soon. This is the bit I'm super excited about. I'm super excited about everything because I'm like just overly excitable. We are going to have the D&D adventures that Bot is going to be hosting. Send us some suggestions for what you think we should name that series because we've got some ideas, but always willing to take on new ideas. It's got to be cool, whatever it is. So that will be coming out soon. We'll start doing that. That will probably be a Twitch and YouTube exclusive, just because I don't think it's going to work as well as an audio podcast. You need to watch us being stupid on these ones, and it's going to be so amazing. And that is it from me. Has anyone got anything else they want to chuck in there before we go?
No, I
Excellent.
think we're going to try and do like a weekly news show as well at some point. Which might be quite fun. Maybe once a week or twice a week, depending on schedules and stuff. And then we're still trying to work out some stream nights. So maybe we're just trying to bring a bit more content to you guys. So keep everything peeled. And we will get it up to you as soon as we can. Because we're all in lockdowns and we're all trying to like keep ourselves occupied and do things and stuff, so why not try and do some good stuff for you lovely people?
Absolutely, because lockdown.
Overheard.
Sorry. Bussy Tycoon in the chat just gave us a dank geek meme joke. So, why did Captain Kirk's girlfriend leave him?
Why?
Because he's Shatner.
Yeah, I don't need the picture for that one, but I like that joke.
Oh dear.
Yeah, we need more jokes. Okay, cool. So, thank you everyone for being involved. I have been your host, Llama, and that has been Beardy. Say hi, Beardy.
You didn't do
Or bye, Beardy.
You didn't do what you're playing.
Oh! Yeah. So just rewinding that
Can we
right
just
there.
put this into reverse ever so slightly?
Edit that out. Edit that out. It's fine. It's fine. We're not live. It's fine. Seth, what you been playing?
All right. I've been playing Demon Souls. I finished it on stream. It's done.
I'm so jealous.
On like the hard difficulty, he just sails through it.
Yeah, that was hard. I was struggling with one of the areas, but it was my own fault because of the world tendencies, dark world tendencies, make the game so much harder. So the more you die in human form, the harder it gets. And
Well,
I
I'm
died a lot
fucked in that game. The more you die, the harder it gets.
in human form. Yes.
What's my other
because of the
form? Is
world
it a
tendencies.
penguin?
The what? Sorry.
Is my other form a penguin?
No, you're just
Have I got a drip?
Yeah. So it's like you either have your soul or you don't. So if you have your soul and die, then it adds to the dark tendencies. Whereas if you just don't get that soul back and just carry on playing, then it doesn't get any harder.
Harder. Yeah, it doesn't get any harder. But if you kill a boss, it gets easier. So there's that as well.
Terrible.
Whatever that means.
Yeah, so I've been playing that. I've been playing Phasmophobia as well. That game is so creepy, funny, and the ghosts. I tried the beta for the prison map. So spooky. It was just my friend and me, and I had to stay alone in a room because the ghost doesn't want to appear, unless if I was alone. And what the fuck? That bitch just manifested in front of me. I thought I was gonna die. I was panicking, trying to open the door. I was like, and I was running back to the van because that's like the safe point, I guess you could say, where the ghost can't get you.
Oh, I'd be living in that van.
Yeah, you can be the camera person, just checking the cameras and seeing if you see ghost orbs or the ghost walking somewhere.
That sounds like a me job.
Yeah,
Because otherwise, I'm gonna pee. Ghost jumps out in front of me. I don't know. I can watch any horror movie and love them. Put me in a horror game, I turn into a quivering wreck. I love them. I don't think I finished one of them. They scare me too much.
I love horror games.
Yeah, I love it. I recommend it. It's fun, especially with friends. It's a blast.
And that's a PC one, right?
Yeah, it's only PC at the moment. Yeah, it's on sale.
Yay!
For like
sale!
for like $11, I think.
Oh, that's not bad. I just need to get a laptop that won't explode when I load it on there. That's more than $11. Unless anyone's got one going spare for 11 quid, I will pay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's pretty much it.
Well, that sounds terrifying, and I don't want to play that either. So thank you for that. No, I'm sure it's fun. I'm sure it's fine. Beardy, what have you been playing?
Well, Platinum's Mr. Miles Morales. Oh, sorry, dog is gonna headbutt the microphone. Oh,
hi, Ollie.
Hello, dog. Hi. Oh, you had enough of this now. Okay, down you go then. Okay, so I platinum the old Miles Morales, which was such a good game. The guys at Insomniac are really building something special with the Spider-Man universe, so definitely go and check it out. It trimmed back all the fat from the first game that got really annoying, so like the little stealth sneaking missions and the Mary Jane missions, even though they were great, it kind of took you out of the gameplay a little bit. They took that away, and it was really nice to kind of see a origin story, because in the first Spider-Man you pick that up and it's like so many years on, whereas in this game Miles is just kind of finding his feet, trying to figure out who he is as a superhero, how he's going to juggle his life of being a teenager and going to college and doing these things and all his family commitments and everything else. So really cool game. Loved it, and I'm even thinking about playing it again because I did a speed run. So to get the platinum you need to do a new game plus. So I just kind of button mashed my way through to get the new game plus trophy, but I think I might go back and play it again just to kind of take the story in again, because it was such a good story. But probably won't be for a while because I'm currently about 30 hours into Assassin's Creed Valhalla. with probably
Oh.
another 60 or 70 hours to go. Because if it's anything like the fucking Odyssey playthrough that nearly broke me, which was like a fucking 170 hours or something ridiculous by the time I'd rolled credits. Anyway, beside the point, Valhalla is probably the best game in the series so far. Like, they
Wow.
seem to have just finally got the balance right between the old games of Assassin's Creed, so the very linear kind of like, here is your mission, go and complete that mission, and the new kind of open world RPG style. It's the same guys that did Origins, so a lot of their way of telling stories back. The thing that you can feel straight away is that the story feels like it's in front and center, whereas in in Odyssey, it didn't quite feel like that. It was very disjointed and kind of like, just like, here is the mission over there, and just kind of do it. And when you get to the end of Odyssey, there's like 3 separate endings, but none of them actually feel like an ending. And when you do that certain thing, it doesn't feel like you've actually got anywhere. But so far in the storytelling for Valhalla, I feel like there's a lot of things going on and kind of that are playing into each other's narratives and stuff, which is really cool to see that. They brought some really cool stuff back with the modern day setting as well, which I'm not going to talk about because spoilers. And the side mission stuff that they've started is just really fucking funny. I was telling the guys before stream, there's a side mission that I did where I had to collect viper eggs for this woman who was just like, feed me viper eggs. Oh, come on, love, give me these eggs. So I'm like, all right, here's your eggs. So I kept like giving her eggs and eggs and eggs. And then all of a sudden she's like, that's it, one! And just let off this almighty fart, and just like green gas was going everywhere. And she was just, basically I had to feed her these eggs so that she could just do this big eggy fart to like scare off the people that were above her. And I just think like that kind of personality in the side stories was something that was missing from Odyssey, which is very much like, go here, kill that, collect this, bring it back sort of thing. And it finally feels like a well-rounded RPG. So kudos to those guys for that. I'm really enjoying it. And flighting. Fucking love flighting.
That's the rap battle, epic rap battles.
So that's like that's the Viking like word rhyme battles, which is basically like shade before shade was shade in Viking times. So such fun, as we would say.
Perfectly splendid.
Well, yeah,
that sounds like fun. That one sounds like fun. I've been it's one of those that I haven't played any of the Assassin's Creed games. I think we were talking about that pre-stream. But that one looks so cool that I really, really want to play that one.
There's something about being a Viking and just getting on your longboat and raiding a village and like just plundering for all of its loot and everything else. Like it's just a really good setting. And I really hope that when they move on to the next game, it's not just like a case of this game was like the perfect storm for this thing, and then it goes one way or the other after this. It's definitely worth playing. And if you're a fan of like the old school Assassin's Creed, like more thought process and like kind of finding your way into an encampment and taking out enemies and completing the assassination missions, like that's back. The hidden blade actually kills people rather than just kind of damaging them a little bit, which is something we saw with in Odyssey. Like you had the spear with Leonidas, and it was like you got to a certain point where there was no way to one-shot an enemy. With the assassins in Valhalla you can, and even when it gets to like the more difficult bosses, there's like a mini game that you can play. So if you hit it straight like in the right point as these reticles are kind of coming down, then you can do a one hit on them. It's just they've just done a lot of really good stuff, and I'm really glad that they've managed to pull it out of the bag.
That sounds really cool, and I'm definitely going to put that one in. I have seen some people have like rainbow longboats with unicorns and stuff on them. I mean, I was into the game before, but if I can murder grief people with a rainbow longboat and a unicorn,
oh yeah,
I am there.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's up yet, but there's definitely going to be like an online element to it, so that you can go and raid other people's settlements. So basically, you also have your settlement that you make.
I can grief people.
Hector says, the Odin site in Valhalla is seizure-inducing. Oh, oh dear.
Maybe don't go there then if you have any
yeah.
photosensitivity.
Don't go there if you've got photosensitivity. But yeah, so you have like a village that you can put tattoo shops in, and like shipyards and barracks and like all this other fucking stuff that you can just invest into your town to level it up and stuff. And then at some point there is going to be like this online thing where people like Vikings can come raid your village and you kind of have to defend it or something. Like that would be pretty cool.
Oh, that sounds exciting.
I'd be into that.
I'm into it.
I'd have to see how it plays out because that sounds super cool. But what if it's trash?
I mean, I just told you it was really good, but you know.
No. I mean the rating bit.
Oh,
no,
right.
The rest of the game.
Mike, I've literally just spent like 10 minutes gushing about this game. You're like, that sounds super cool, but like, what if it's trash? I'm like,
what if it's shit, Beardy?
I don't know. I will, once it's up, I'll give it a go and I'll let you know.
Yeah. So I guess that sort of brings me to what I've been playing this week because so I am a Fallout 76 fan.
Oh, speaking of trash.
Right? Exactly. That was my segue. Speaking of trash. So they've brought out a new update and a new sort of little expansion storyline thing. So I thought, I'll log back in and give it a go because I've been on strike because they broke PvP and they broke the VATs, and it's just I'm role playing as a raider and I can't raid anything and it's annoying. So I've given up on it for a while. I thought I'll log back in, give it a go. And the new storyline is kind of cool, I guess. But it's a lot of like go over here, kill that, or go over here, talk to them, come back, do that. Voice acting's nice. I like the voice acting on it. I'm a bit of a nerd for that. And they've brought in shelters, which are like it's like the base building mechanic, but it's underground, so you have your own little like. And inside the shelter, a lot of the building restrictions are lifted, so you don't have to snap things in certain places. You can place things in the air if you want, and you don't have a build limit, so you can build the things. So that was cool. But one of my friends said it best. She said basically, Fallout 76 is now Wasteland Sims, right? So it's a Fallout game with a Wasteland Sims element. And actually, if you had sold it to me as that, like if I was coming to the game now, I'd probably be more into it. But because, I've spent all this time playing, building up, we've got our little gang and like my characters and everything's built for it and leveled for these specific weapons and perk cards and things. I don't like it.
I just think with 76 now, like, because even with the Brotherhood of Steel update that they did, like, they accidentally put it out there on Xbox by mistake, and then kind of had to be like, whoops, sorry about that, and then released it for everyone else, like, at the same time, rather than it actually coming out.
Yeah, it wasn't the greatest launch.
I just think, Bethesda Hun, like you just...
What are you doing, girl?
You can't... It just doesn't seem to ever have any moment of good news, like, and it's always just a dumpster fire and a clusterfuck. And I just think Todd Howard should just be like, okay, let's get like Fallout 5 like out the door, like, and then just shutter 76 because it's just it's a dumpster fire. I
mean, I do like 76, and I don't know why. Like, again, like, it's got so many reasons I shouldn't like it. I do like it. It's a good game. And if you come to it now, like if they released it today as it is now, it would be a good game. The fact that, it was released sort of half finished and everything was broken and, they don't call it Bugfesta for nothing. So there was always like stuff, and it just sort of all compounded into making the game not as great as it could have been. So if you come to it now, I think it's a great game. If you played it before, then, mixed bag, I think. So we've been transitioning over our griefy tendencies to GTA Online, which is basically just griefer central, and I love it. I'm getting shot in the face on a regular basis. I am running people over on a regular basis. It is just death and mayhem. And I'm not even doing the stories. I haven't done any of the missions. I don't know what's happening. I'm just stealing cars and running people over. And that is quite relaxing, bizarrely. I don't know if it would be as relaxing in real life. I'm going to imagine not. But in the game,
Probably not.
there have been times where my friends and I are just on a rampage and we're laughing so hard. Like tears are running down our face. Like I'm having to take a break to run to the toilet because I'm like, I'm going to wee myself on the sofa. Like I'm just having so much fun. And I think for me, that's what online games should be. It should be having fun with your friends, like just to the point where your sides are hurting and your face is aching.
So
GTA's been that for me recently.
I love griefing people in GTA Online, and my favourite thing, Llama, I'm sure you're going to love this, is I would set sticky bombs on the street, and then I'd drive off and go and find somebody and just annoy them to the point where they want to kill me. So then I'd make them chase me, and then like pull up and get out the car, so they come like zooming like they're gonna fucking run me over, and then I press the button and just blow them up.
So that's a lot of planning for me. I'm the just run people over and shoot everybody and die sort of girl.
I used to fucking love doing that to people because they'd get so fucking mad. Like,
Rage quit.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. My friends, they're getting loads of like hate messages from people, like on the in-game phone, on the messaging thing. I get nothing. Maybe I'm not grief-free enough. I don't know. Or maybe people are just like, oh, but she's nice. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I'm loving GTA for no reason other than the mayhem. So that's what I've been playing this week. because Fallout's trash.
Yeah.
True. Fair enough.
But I've downloaded Elder Scrolls again anyway, so I'll probably be playing that a lot. I've got a lot of catching up to do. I think I haven't played since Summer Isles. I always call it Somerset, but that's not the right thing.
No.
I'm going to Somerset. I don't know what accent that was. That
wasn't the right accent either.
No, that was terrible. I'm super good at this, guys.
It was like an Irish person going on holiday to Somerset. That's what it sounded like.
We're going on holiday to Somerset. You want to come?
And that wasn't... No.
No?
Okay.
No. God damn it. I'll work on it. Okay. We've done all the homecoming.
Now. Yeah.
I can do goodbyes now? God. Workplace bullying stuff. This guy.
Audacity.
I know. Ridiculous. So we've done all the other stuff. So we've got the upcoming shows we've gone through. If you've got any topic suggestions, questions, anything like that, you can add us on social media. Send us an email at gamersassemble@gmail.com. And until next time, keep calm and game on.
Nailed it.
Yes.
Ta-ra!
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, is that it? I thought we were done.
Oh, no. I've not hit the bye bit yet. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah.